the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the coward and the hypocrites. Which I
no matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians believe now is not about the country. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Good morning and welcome to Open Conversation on Atlantic Television Network. Open Conversation is the network's flagship political platform through which trending political news, events and stories are discussed with stakeholders. Through these conversations, ATN uses political talks about specific issues, party system and actor to explore hope and engender positive impact to the society. Today on Open Conversation, we'll look at the stories. First, Rivers crisis. Okocha vows to continue criticizing Fubara's government. And then on to Edo State, APC protests composition of Obelos Transition Committee. And then on Doguba, INEC rejects PDP's request to redeploy REC. On Osun State, PDP slams Ganduje over Southwest takeover comments. On PDP, Governors Forum convene crucial meeting. And on politics, NDLEA raids senators' residence used for drug deals. We are open for advert placements, bookings, and commercials. You can connect with us on all our ATN socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, and on Twitter, Atlantic TV Net. Watch us live on our website, www.atlanticnetwork.tv. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, we'll delve right into it. Do not go away.
Representing people, Mr. President, my people are on the sea. On this place, economic stability and confidence. The content are proper critical belief of this minister and the government. Give us access to our money we put in the account.
As always said, there are two sets of people, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the coward and the hypocrites. Which I
no matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians believe now is not about the country. Who can come and salvage us from where we are? Representing people, Mr. President, my people are on the sea. On this place, economic stability and confidence. The content are proper critical belief of this minister and the government. Give us access to our money we put in the account.
As always said, there are two sets of people, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the coward and the hypocrites. Which I
no matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians believe now is not about the country. Who can come and salvage us from where we are? Representing people, Mr. President, my people are on the sea. On this place, economic stability and confidence. The content are proper critical belief of this minister and the government. Give us access to our money we put in the account.
As always said, there are two sets of people, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the coward and the hypocrites. Which I
no matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians believe now is not about the country. Who can come and salvage us from where we are? Representing people, Mr. President, my people are on the sea. On this place, economic stability and confidence. The content are proper critical belief of this minister and the government. Give us access to our money we put in the account.
As always said, there are two sets of people, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the coward and the hypocrites. Which I
no matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians believe now is not about the country. Who can come and salvage us from where we are? Representing people, Mr. President, my people are on the sea. On this place, economic stability and confidence. The content are proper critical belief of this minister and the government. Give
the oppressed, and in between are the coward and the hypocrites. Which I
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians believe now is not about the government. Who can come and salvage us from where we are? Representing people. Mr. President, my people are on the sea. And will place economic stability and confidence. The propagandists are proper difficult to lead of this minister and the government. Give us access to our money in
I've always said there are two sides of people, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the coward and the hypocrites. Which I
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians believe now is not about the government. Who can come and salvage us from where we are? Representing people. Mr. President, my people are on the sea. And will place economic stability and confidence. The propagandists are proper difficult to lead of this minister and the government. Give us access to our money
I've always said there are two sides of people, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the coward and the hypocrites. Which I
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians believe now is not about the government. Who can come and salvage us from where we are? Representing people. Mr. President, my people are on the sea. And will place economic stability and confidence. The propagandists are proper difficult to lead of this minister and the government. Give us access to our money
I've always said there are two sides of people, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the coward and the hypocrites. Which I
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians believe now is not about the government. Who can come and salvage us from where we are? Representing people. Mr. President, my people are on the sea. And will place economic stability and confidence. The propagandists are proper difficult to lead of this minister and the government. Give us access to our money
I've always said there are two sides of people, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the coward and the hypocrites. Which I
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians believe now is not about the government. Who can come and salvage us from where we are? Representing people. Mr. President, my people are on the sea. And will place economic stability and confidence. The propagandists are proper.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Joining me on Open Conversation this morning is George Chinda, a political analyst. Good morning, George, and welcome to Open Conversation.
Good morning, dear.
And also joining me is Honorable Churchill Wali, a politician. Good morning, Honorable Churchill.
Good morning, my Nigerians. Good morning, the first of 8 year.
Thank
Good
you.
morning, my brother, George. Welcome.
And on to the story. Caretaker Committee Chairman of All Progressive Congress in Rivers State, Chief Tony Okocha, has vowed to continue in constructive criticism of Fubara's government. Okocha made this known on Sunday while in Abuja while speaking to the press. He said, "It is the responsibility of the APC as an opposition party in Rivers State to checkmate the activities of the state government. Our position as a viral opposition in Rivers State is first to speak for the voiceless in the society via constructive criticism and point out gray areas to the state government. By so doing, we are demarcating Governor Similaye Fubara and his party, the People's Democratic Party. It is our dream to collapse opposition in the state so we can have a smooth sail in the 2027 election. We are not supposed to be applauding the PDP in Rivers State. If this be the case, we won't be able to win elections in the state. Our business is to constructively criticize the government, and that is what is giving us prominence. Otherwise, we inherited an APC that was not a party but a social club, Okocha said. He explained that this was so because Rotimi Amechi, the immediate past Minister of Works, who was the party's leader in Rivers State, customized and colonized it. He said the APC's desire was to see the opposition parties weakened so it could have a smooth sail in the 2027 presidential election. He continued to say, "We can't allow them to be strong. We will not close our eyes and watch them become united and come again under their force and come again with their force like the Labour Party did with Peter Obi, its presidential candidate in the 2023 presidential election." Speaking on the Federal High Court dismissal of a suit seeking to replace the pro-Wike 27 lawmakers, Okocha said they were not members of the APC as was being alleged. He stressed that there was no proof of the lawmakers' registration as APC members, even at the ward level. They didn't join us. I wooed them and they did much more to get them to join us. I begged them, but they didn't join us. I am saying this as a chairman of APC Rivers Caretaker Committee, clearly and without mincing words. They didn't join us. Let anyone saying they did join us show proof. The law is not about emotion, but concrete facts. He challenged those saying the lawmakers defected to the APC to show proof of their registration as members and their membership card to buttress their claims in court. The pro-Wike lawmakers were said to have defected from the PDP to the APC on December 12, 2023. The court held that the suit instituted by the Actions People's Party and marked FHC/ABJ/CR/978/2024 was statute bar, and as it was not filed within the 14 days allowed by law. The alleged defection was said to have taken place on December 12, 2023, while the APP filed an originating summons on July 12, 2024. The party was requesting, among other things, that the court empowered the Independent National Electoral Commission to declare the seats of the lawmakers vacant and conduct by-elections to replace them. Let me start with you, Honorable Churchill. Tony Okocha, said a lot of things. He touched on a lot of issues, that is at the center of Rivers State crisis. What is your reaction to the statements that Tony Okocha made?
First of all, I want to welcome the development that people are now talking anything they want concerning politicians because of the lifestyle of politicians. Yes, Tony Okocha already would know him. I know Tony Okocha from when he was a chief of staff to Amechi. Tony Okocha becoming chief of staff to Amechi led to the issue Amechi had with Nyesom Wike. And Tony Okocha, when he finished as a chief of staff, yes, at that time, he never left APC. But since he joined APC with Amechi, he has never left APC. But in the other way around, Tony Okocha was also an instrument that worked with Magnus Ngei Abe as a member of SDP, trying to make sure that, yes, because of the crisis in APC, to ensure that Magnus wins the election. I visited Tony Okocha in his house with Magnus Ngei Abe. I'm on national television, so I will say the truth. Now, if Tony Okocha comes up to tell Nigerians anything that he wishes, yes, it is right that every opposition will criticize the government, for the government to sit up very well, to do better. But that does not mean that we cannot say the truth. The truth is that Tony Okocha received the 27 lawmakers, even if they came from the back door or front door or window. But one thing we know is that it happened in Port Harcourt, that is
the Polo Club.
Where he announced, he said it, that the party welcomes them with two hands. And even before this, I don't like when people are dancing like this. Tony Okocha also showed the world their affidavits I believe that affidavit is a true copy that shows that yes, this thing I am doing is legal. So if there is any person that will say this person is not the fence, it's not Tony Okocha. Because Tony Okocha as a person, the whole world has his video that he received these 27 lawmakers as members of APC. Yes, they did not register because there was no registration within that period or in any way. I have left my party before, PDP, to work with SDP. I only wrote resignation letter. And when I came, they did not register me as SDP member. When I left SDP humbly, honorably, to join back my party. And as it stands now, I am a member of PDP. And the whole people, everybody knows that. I didn't do it from the back door. They also did not do it. If they are telling us they have come back to join PDP, yes, it is clear. But if they are saying that they never defected, no, I stand to say that. But let me also let us know clearly that criticizing a government, it's not a bad thing. But criticizing a government and demeriting the positive part of the government, it is a very, very bad thing. You cannot, nobody will expect somebody to say your mother will die and you want the person's mother, you start to fight the person's mother. I will fight back. I'm not against Tony Okocha criticizing the government of PDP, my government, the government of PDP in Rivers State. But I am against Tony Okocha telling the world lies. And again, let me come to this. Tony Okocha has said that he will not. Tony Okocha officially, as the court took their last judgment, they had their last judgment on him between him and the APC state chairman, being what is his name again from Emowa? Is it?
Emeka
Beke. The court already has taken the judgment that Emeka Beke is the state chairman of APC. If the National Working Committee is taking their own decision, they should go to court and vacate it, that judgment, because the judgment stands. Me, I see Emeka Beke as the authentic chairman of APC in Rivers State. And that is my stance.
All right, Honorable Churchill. Now, Honorable Churchill, you raised a lot of concerns that has been re-echoed over and over again on my show by different analysts. So now, I would want to also ask you questions based on some things you said. I hope that's okay by you.
Yes.
Now, let me first of all lay a claim that you're my husband.
Okay.
Am I truly your wife? I'm saying it on national television.
If you lay a claim.
No, I'm saying right now that I am your wife, Honorable Churchill. Am I your wife?
No, you are not my wife.
Now, having said that.
No,
hold on. Honorable Churchill, hold on. Now, I have said on national television that I am Honorable Churchill's wife. And Honorable Churchill has refuted the statement and said, I'm not the wife. Now, Honorable Churchill, having made a televised statement claiming to be your wife, does that by the reason of that statement, make me Mrs. Churchill? You said no. So now, hold on.
Okay.
Let me refer you to what Justice Bassam said with regards to the defection. Okay. Justice Bassam said that televised events of alleged defection does not in any way translate to defection as it is written down in the party constitution. Now, Tony Okocha, as at the time this alleged defection happened, was the caretaker committee chairman of Rivers State. And he has come out to tell the world, these people are not in the party register. They did not register at the ward level. They did not register they are not members of PDP. And you also said that on that day, Tony Okocha waived an affidavit sworn by the 27 lawmakers. Now, the question is, if one goes to court to swear an affidavit over an event or an incident that did not happen, does affidavit in this instance become superior to what the Constitution says? Is that not perjury? Is that not perjury, lying under oath?
Let me clear.
Is that not perjury? So I am just, you raised some salient, so I am bringing out arguments so that you can also clarify further.
Okay, now, we know too well that the documents that are accepted in Nigeria based on age in Nigeria now is either affidavit of age declaration or your birth certificate. Why making that affidavit of birth certificate, age declaration very important? That means because the document comes from court. And I believe that we have the judicial aspect of the government, we have the executive, that is the executive arm, the legislative arm, and the judiciary arm. And in every damn thing that concerns Nigeria, based on my knowledge, I understand that the judiciary interprets whatsoever thing that concerns the law. Making of the law is not their business, but they interpret the law. And now, when you look at the particular issue that concerns this affidavit that was sworn, it will be interpreted, but let us say it clearly the way it happened. But I know too well that the court.
You've not answered the question.
No, what I'm telling you is that so far as affidavit has come in place to play in this matter, it shows that yes, that it was not
that they actually defected.
What was the reception for?
Okay. Hold on to that thought. Okay. We'll still come back to this conversation of the affidavit. But let me hear from George. George, what do you make of the statement by Okocha?
Well, what I have to say here is that Tony Okocha is very right as an opposition party chairman in the state to say that the party will continue to criticize the government of Rivers State. It is permissible within our political context that the opposition party will continue to criticize. At times, even when the government is doing the right thing, it is their job, it is their task to continue criticizing, because that way they will gain some kind of traction, they will gain some kind of support from the masses. It is normal, it is permissible. This is not just a Nigerian thing. All over the world, opposition party will keep the government on their toes. So on that aspect, I'm not faulting him. It is what is expected, because if you don't criticize the government will be like people who are on the high horse. They will think that what they are doing is correct. You know, they will not mind to improve themselves. So that is permissible, is given. Now, on the issue of the 27 lawmakers, you know, defecting to the APC and all of that, you rightly asked Church a question here, which I, from my own understanding, he couldn't defend. That you made a statement here on national television that you are his wife. Does that validate the fact that you are his wife? Of course you are not his wife, because those things that make you a wife to him, we are not there. This is just a mere statement. That the 27 lawmakers, for one reason or the other, we are received at the Polo Club by Tony Okocha, does not in any way show that they have defected. What constitutes defection is documentation. The way the party is structured, you have to go to your ward. I have left the PDP before to the APC. I went to my ward and my ward chairman received me. I was made to sign the party register. I signed, my name was written, handwritten, and signed. I still have that slip in my house, which shows that I am a member, official member of this political party. Now, the 27 lawmakers didn't do that. They don't have such. If there were crises within the party in the state at the time that they moved to a party, a function organized by the APC, and their hands were raised, we received new members, that does not constitute defection. So, like he was rightly saying here, what the judiciary is, you know, an arbiter. By law, they are there to interpret what the Constitution says. The matter is before the court. We will not be preempting the court to take a decision. At the end of the day, the court is not a Father Christmas. It is what you bring to the court that the court will give back. So both parties will defend, their matter will come up, they will defend their matter. And the judge, in his wisdom and everything, based on the law, will understand whether they defected or not. It is not for Churchy or anybody from the PDP.
APC,
or anybody from the
already
APP.
said that the APP, they took the matter to court, and it was thrown out because he was statute bar, in the sense that when Justice Omotosho gave that judgment validating these lawmakers, it was not appealed. You'd recall that as a result of the Presidential Peace Pact, one of the things that was listed in that Peace Pact was that both parties should withdraw all their litigations in court, and then the governor withdrew his counter affidavit that was presented at the Court of Justice Omotosho. However, the lawmakers did not withdraw their own suit. So now, in absence of a counter affidavit, Justice Omotosho gave judgment with the facts that were before him. Right now, moving forward, even when the judgment was given, it was not vacated, it was not appealed, and the window for vacation has passed. So that was why even when the governor appealed it, the court said, this is statute bar. That was waste of time of the court. And the APP also went for that to start their own litigation, but the court threw it out. It was statute bar. There is nothing you can do
was APP
about
even a party to the matter? Did they have locus to appeal the matter?
That's another issue. However, a judgment has been given and it was not vacated. So another court can also pretend over a matter that is statute bar. You get? So now this is what the position is, that probably a lot of people are not even understanding that this is the position of things right now.
Choma, they will definitely understand by the time the Supreme Court, put the final nail on the coffin. The Supreme Court is the final arbiter. After that, you can, if you are still aggrieved, you can appeal to God. So by the time the Supreme Court, rules on the matter, those who have failed to understand will definitely understand. The law does not thrive on sentiment. It doesn't thrive on emotions. It is based on fact. So the fact before the court is what the court will rule on. So for me, I have always said that this man did not defect. Official, based on the technicality of defection, you don't defect. But I can't just come out now to tell the world that I have left the People's Democratic Party where I hold sway as a member. That I'm now a member of the APC, and people want to take it serious.
If I may ask you another question, George, very quickly, what's your favorite football club?
Arsenal Football Club.
Arsenal Football Club. Do you have Arsenal jersey?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so wearing Arsenal jersey, does that make you an Arsenal football player? Does that make you a player for Arsenal?
No. It doesn't even make you a fan, because you see so many people on the street wearing different jerseys. They are not fans of those football clubs. So just leave. We are talking about the law.
No, I'm bringing it home with what is relatable, because it's not just about you.
Most of them will not understand, because they think that the law thrives on sentiment and emotion. It is the fact before the court. What constitutes defection is for you to move to the other party and do your documentation. You fill the form. Without filling the form, you have not defected.
Let me go direct to the matter.
All right, go direct to the matter.
Let us not, because things continue happening the way it's happening, we believe that is right. We know that, yes, these lawmakers are not just members of the party. They are not just, they are representatives of the party that are representing their constituencies in the chamber. And for them to even hold anything that concerns is anti-party. Even for them to even touch APC flag and they video them or snap them with APC flag is an anti-party activity. No, hold on.
My brother, you're riding on sentiment. That does not constitute defection. You're riding on sentiment.
What you are saying is that wrong should continue being wrong.
No, that is why I said you're riding on sentiment.
The program that was held at a Polo Club was not just a mere program. It was that there was a program, there was a full program. What the only thing that deceived the governor was the peace pact. And for governor to have done that does not mean that he didn't know what he was doing.
All right.
He did it because of the peace, to bring in peace to the state. But it is very, very wrong for things to continue happening.
All right, Churchy, hold on. You're completely deflecting and you're defeating. Hold on, Churchill. Yes, I understand that, but you will not play that game that you usually play. No deviation, no deflection. We'll face the crux of the matter. Now, hold on. No, you're not, because you have Nicodemusly maneuvered your way out of this conversation, and you have started delving into emotions. Let's come back to the facts on the table. Now, you talked about anti-party, right?
Yeah.
Right now, we are not talking of anti-party. Hold on, Churchill. The conversation is defection, and at no point has PDP at the and now if it is a case of anti-party, hold on, Churchill. If it's a case of anti-party, now it behoves the ward chairman of these 27 lawmakers to either make a move to suspend them based on anti-party activities. But so far that has not been done.
Because
hold on. So far, hold on. And we also have PDAPP.
Yeah.
And so I'll now be asking you if you are in PDAPP.
I'm the PDP member.
Okay, you call PDP man. Okay, very well. Now, because now if you're talking of anti-party, it's an entirely different conversation altogether. An entirely different and when you hold on, and if you're delving into anti-party while you're indicting the legislature, at the same time one might be indicting the governor as well.
Okay,
but so do you want to delve into that? No, you don't want to delve into that. All right.
But the governor has not been identified because
we don't want to, like I said, we don't want to go into that conversation.
Yes.
Because at all levels and tiers of at all levels and tiers of the government, I am a journalist. I'm an investigative journalist, and I have facts. So if I am to draw, that's why I said, do you really want us to delve into that? Okay, now. So you want us to go back to defection. Now, having agreed that we should go back to defection, I hope you don't deviate again. So now you talked about the affidavits.
Yes. And
I asked you a question. What's the difference between perjury in this instance and defection?
In short, in this particular aspect, so far as this matter is concerned, Tony Okocha, if he will tell Nigerians the truth.
You're not answering my question.
Sorry, my brother. No, sorry, but like I said earlier, there's no point. The law does not run on sentiment. It's about fact. It's about fact. Listen, asking Tony Okocha to come and tell Nigerians the truth is like begging. I don't know how you want to put it.
I'm not begging.
No. Calm down. You don't expect Tony Okocha to come to tell the world that actually defected when the thing will be running contrary to the fact. Where is the evidence that they defected? That they merely hoisted the flag does not constitute defection.
Contrary to the fact of that concerns his pocket.
That if I go out tomorrow to a function organized by APP, for instance, and I hold their elephant flag, that doesn't make me a member of the APP. It doesn't. What constitutes membership of a party is registration. You'll be documented, that you will sign your name, your word, and your ward chairman, everything will sign. You have a copy of that. That shows it becomes an evidence. The party also will have a duplicate of that. So that if anything comes tomorrow, they will present that as evidence that you actually defected. The 27 lawmakers never defected by way of the law. They attended a party hosted by the opposition. They were invited as lawmakers. They attended a party, and in the course of that, normal political.
I'm beginning to see that.
No. Don't say
you should be telling people the truth.
Okay, now if I may, let me ask you.
You're not telling them that they hosted
Honorable
a party was hosted by the opposition party, and they were invited.
In the program, their names and pictures were there in the program.
Don't forget that these were already elected members of the House, so they can invite them in different capacities.
Now, Honorable Churchill, you are a PDP member, correct?
Of course, I'm a PDP member.
Very active PDP member.
Complete.
All right. Do you attend ward meetings?
Of course.
All right. Now, if I may ask you, Honorable Churchill, has your party at any time come out to say these people are no longer members of PDP in Rivers State? Has your party, the PDP, at any point in time in Rivers State, come out to say they are no longer members. Hold on. Can you recall at any point in time in the line? Hold on. In the line. Hold on. Don't put words in my mouth. Can you recall at any point in time throughout the lifetime of these litigations, these various litigations, where PDP became a joinder to any of this matter, claiming that these people are no longer members of the party?
No.
All right.
The only thing is that the national chairman claimed that they are still members of the party. You understand?
I asked PDP River State.
The PDP
First of all,
PDP River State has
never done that.
But let me also put it clear.
So which means, hold on, before you continue, which means that the party these 27 lawmakers belong to have not at any point disassociated themselves from them and have not at any point disowned them as members of the party.
Let me also inform you.
Is that what you're saying?
Let me also inform you.
No, is that what you're saying before you go on?
That never disassociated.
That PDP at no point has come out to disown them as members of the party.
Oh.
You said no.
I would want you to just hear me.
No, you can't. You have already said that. I am rephrasing
yes or
it.
no, and I would not.
No, if you even if you answer, hold on, Honorable Churchill. Even if you answer yes, this is your time to speak.
Let me just.
Even if you answer yes, you still have your say. Even if you want to still negate the yes that you want to answer, but for the sake of clarity.
No, I will not answer yes or no.
You want to give me a political answer?
Let me just.
A political answer. All right, go ahead.
Now, Honorable Prince Nyechi is the House of Assembly member that is representing me, my constituency. I know too well that when I came back to PDP, Honorable Prince Nyechi was among the persons that talks to me when I left SDP to back to PDP. So, but he purposely told me one-on-one, and he said it clearly. At that time after the defection, he said it at Apani when he was giving mic, when the then local government chairman, Honorable Dr. Wanosike Samuel, visited Apani. I was there. The video coverage is still alive. That he did not come here as a party member. He came here as the House of Assembly representing all the parties, and that he is no more their party member. He's a member of APC, and they clapped for him. So when you are doing things tomorrow, everything you are doing is not when you cut a tree that the tree will die. So what I'm saying is that if my brother George will stand with me to say the truth, tell Nigerians the truth, George knows too well. Let us not talk about politics up to the extent.
All right.
All right,
George. All right.
George knows these people defected.
All right.
Is that signing the documentation?
Interested in documentation.
Which is the law?
He's only interested. But George knows.
Do you know what you're doing now?
What am I doing?
Do you know what you're doing?
But what I'm saying is...
No. What you're doing now is you're stirring emotions and at the same time you're doing an underhanded move by not attacking the issue but your co-panelists.
So having the truth, my brother.
You know the truth.
Fact remains that you and I have agreed that this matter is before the court.
Okay.
We have agreed, and you and I have also agreed that the court will take decision. The court, that the judiciary, have the right to decide to interpret what the law is.
Exactly.
So there's no point you trying to emotionally blackmail me to say the truth, or what you're saying is the truth, or what I'm saying is the lie. Let's leave the court to handle this matter. Whatever position they come up with is what we all abide.
All right. Okay. All right, gentlemen.
Let the court stand.
Decide.
So George has refused to join you. You're inviting him to join you. George has refused.
He will join me because he knows the truth.
George has refused to join you. All right, gentlemen, and on to the next story. All Progressive Congress in Esan North East local government area of Edo State has protested the composition of the governor-elect Senator Monday Okpebilo's 24-member transition committee, claiming that some names in the team were not members of the party. In a press briefing on Sunday, chairman of the party in the local government area, Emmanuel, singled out a former Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Matthew Ebadon, who is a member of the committee. He accused him of working against the party during the September 21 governorship election, being a member of the People's Democratic Party. He alleged that a business mogul and a traditional ruler from Edo Central masterminded his inclusion. According to him, this inclusion is not only unusual, but is a blatant affront to the integrity of our party. It is clearly a calculated attempt to infiltrate our ranks and install individuals in key positions within the incoming administration. Let us be unequivocal. We will not tolerate intruders or opportunists attempting to hijack the internal workings of our party. Those who have not contributed to our success cannot be allowed to benefit from it. We have now identified those who sponsor this underhanded maneuver. We wish to send them a stern warning. For their own sake, they must cease this unholy attempt to meddle in our party affairs. To be specific, we have confirmed that a prominent business mogul from Ewato, alongside a traditional ruler from Esanland, are behind the inappropriate inclusion of Right Honorable Matthew Ebadon on our transition committee list for their own selfish motives. We strongly condemn these actions and view them as an affront to the values of our party. We advise these individuals to allow the governor-elect to govern without undue interference and to let our party form a government without external meddling. Finally, we admonish these intruders who inserted the name of Right Honorable Matthew Ebadon into our transition list to immediately disengage from our party's affairs or face severe consequences. We stand ready to defend the integrity and core values of our party, and we will not hesitate to take whatever action is necessary to protect our mandate. On this, we are unanimous and resolute. George, what do you make of this statement?
I must say that I share the sentiment of Emmanuel, that is the party chairman of the local government. This is a hard-fought victory, which it took a lot, it drew a lot of bad blood within the Edo people. And we understand that in recent times in Nigeria, what you see is winner takes it all. So that is the anguish is coming from. For someone who fought them at the poll, that is not quite long ago, a lot may have happened. He's bittered, that such a person will be included in the transition team to benefit from where, he did not sow. I quite share his sentiment, having worked so hard, but then he will understand that politics is deep. Sometimes the man you think that is working against you may be someone that was planted there by even your party, to get some information and all of that. So he might not really know what worked at that level. Again, he should also understand that at this point, someone has been elected as the governor-elect. The moment the man takes hold of office, he can decide to. Politics is all about give and take. Politics is about the allocation of scarce resources. So the man that holds the yam and the knife may decide on who to give or who not to give. This is about politics. So for me, I would want him not to escalate this whole thing.
All right.
If he's, like from what we've just read out here, now he's actually not happy with the situation of things. I think instead of going to the public, to cast the party and the leadership of the party in bad light, he should have reached out to the leadership behind the scene to see how they can resolve. He's pained. He's pained because they know what they have put in to ensure that the victory happened. But then there's no point escalating this, because that may it will be like calling to question the judgment of the leader of the party, that is the governor-elect, who had appointed that man into the transition team. It's like calling, disrespecting him publicly. I think he should do that behind the scene by reaching out to the man instead of going public. But I share his pain. I understand what he's saying. Because the reward system in politics in Nigeria is skewed.
All right. So what would ask now? This is transition committee. Elections have come and gone. Now governance starts, and it starts from transition committee. Should it be a purely political affair political party affair, or should it be a governance affair? Because now, I mean, in Nigeria, all of us, everybody is pushing for inclusive governance, inclusivity in governance. Elections have come and gone. Why not allow, when they said, because he said, we will, if I can quote him, we will not allow the people that did not contribute in the emergence or in this victory to benefit from it.
Let me say something here, that there is no particular formula to this that is perfect.
Right.
Whether you want to include opposition party members or people who are not even card-carrying members into the government, or you want to strictly wrong with card-carrying members of the... None is perfect. Any can work for development. What matters is that the leadership is focused, driving governance in the state. But like you said, you know, this winner takes it, or sometimes, you know, people look at it as something that has not worked very well. So sometimes you need to inject some kind of fresh blood. You need to inject, and it is at the discretion of the governor
to do that.
The man may decide to say, okay, well, I have a friend who is based abroad, who I think has what it takes, you know, to push my government forward in this direction, in this sector, in this area. The man may decide to call his friend or someone he knows. He might not even know him. It could be a recommendation from somebody who knows him. Say, please, bring Honorable Chochi Wali. He's very good in this area. He can help your government to stabilize in this area to achieve this. As the leader, yours is to identify talent, identify those that have what it takes, the wherewithal to ensure that your government, you know, work effectively for the people. You can decide to bring them, even if the man is of, you know, the opposition party. What you want, what the Nigerian people want, what the masses want is good governance that will affect their life positively. It doesn't matter who, whether you're a member of the APC or you're a member of the PDP or you're not even a card-carrying member of any political party. What Nigeria, immediately after election, what comes is governance. So whoever that is coming that has what it takes to run the government, to make the government move forward, it doesn't matter, you can put the person. But again, that does not also mean that those people who are members of the party that won the election do not have what it takes. It's just at the discretion of the man at the helms of our affair.
All right. Honorable Chochi, what do you make of this story?
Really, I want to use this medium to congratulate Senator Monday Pebolo, the governor-elect. I will say this is the first, it's one of the predictions I did here in this studio.
After the wall of Gibraltar fact.
Yes, after the wall
of Gibraltar.
I told them that Edo State is gone, and finally Edo State was gone to APC. I know it's an opposition party to my party, but when it comes to the wall of Gibraltar, it shouldn't happen in River State.
Probably should explain what the wall of Gibraltar means for viewers. For
viewers, yes. The president, when he wanted to, when he received handing over flag to the governor-elect now, when he finished the primaries, he told them that he would be behind them and the party like the wall of Gibraltar in Edo State. And I told them, I told people, told Nigerians that if the president, who I know too well as a politician, the number one politician in Nigeria, can say this, Edo State is gone. But I know he will not say it when it comes to River State. So, but when it comes to governance, we don't count a party. A good person or any man that is out for governance for his people, that is out as a leader to lead his people, does not count what happened during election and pre-election. What he counts is what will happen to better the state. I know too well that it is not him that wrote all the names. So many persons contributed. And just like what George said, nobody knows the reason why his name was added. But we should always focus on governance after election. That is what has been taking Nigeria backward. Because even somebody that has the capacity to do things right, they will, because he's not a member of that party, they will ignore him after election. And what he's supposed to do, he will not do it. Till today, when you look at the situation of things in Nigeria, when Ngozi Konjo-Iweala came in to help us in our financial aspects concerning Nigeria economy, Hope that should be Ngozi Kojiwa, yes. And after that, the things got better. Today, Buhari went and brought a girl to become a minister for finance. And from there, what is happening to our economy we don't notice today. So we should look at for capable hands, not looking out for party members. Yes, that does not mean that party members would automatically be ignored. But the most important thing in Nigeria should be governance and not party aspects when after election. So that is my take on this matter. They should allow the sleeping dog lie. The local government chairman, Emmanuel, that does not mean he will not be carried along. He should allow whomever the governor wants to function perfectly in his government, to bring positive result. Should work with the governor to ensure that, yes, that he gets the result that he wants to get.
All right. Ahead of the National Executive Committee meeting scheduled for Thursday, the Olagunsoye Oyinlola-led People's Democratic Party Reconciliation Committee will brief the party's National Working Committee on its findings and potential recommendations. This comes ahead of a significant meeting of the PDP's Governors Forum, also scheduled for Tuesday. The Reconciliation Committee met at a NEC hall of the PDP National Secretariat in Abuja on Monday to finalize its report in preparation for the presentation to the Ambassador Omar Damagum-led National Working Committee. The NWC will review and subsequently present the reports to the NEC for ratification. Speaking to reporters after meeting with the PDP National Assembly caucus for over 3 hours, Oyinlola said, as part of our assignment as members of the National Working Committee, Reconciliation Committee, we scheduled to meet the members of the National Assembly to share their experiences and understand what is causing the dwindling fortunes of our party politically. We have had useful discussions, and I believe we have gathered suggestions that will help unite our party and make it formidable. That's what these evening discussions were about. One obvious thing is that for any party to enter a political battle and win, it must be united. That's what we are aiming for. On the upcoming Ondo governorship election, Oyinlola said, the National Reconciliation Committee has toured the Southwest and the Ondo election came up prominently. We are putting our strategies in place. When asked who the committee is reconciling, he responded, anyone within the party who has a disagreement with someone else, those are the individuals we are reconciling. Regarding rumors of recommendations for suspensions within the party, Oyinlola said, as far as we are concerned, I would take that as a rumor for now. We are meeting with the National Working Committee tomorrow, so after that, you can ask me again. In a related development, the PDP Governors Forum meeting is expected to deliberate on whether the NEC meeting will hold as scheduled or if a new date will be set. Additionally, possible agenda items for the NEC meeting will be discussed. Let me start with you, Honorable Churchill. What do you make of this story? Governors Forum convening a crucial meeting, and then the statement by the Reconciliation Committee of PDP.
Yes, it's my party, and earlier before this time I said that the NWC should have known what to do earlier to have stopped so many of the issues within the circles of the party. You know, when it comes to party issues in the party, instead of issues within the circles of the party to make the party grow, it will only demoralize the party and it will destroy the party. The PDP Governors Forum understands more, because one thing is that party is being run by the persons that persons that have position. Governors and House of Reps as senators are the person that sponsors party. When you are a governor, and this state is PDP state, you take care of the activities of this state and also extend them to the national. So, but when the party is not being organized, it affects both the national and the state level, even at the world level. I can remember vividly when Peter Odele was a governor of Rivers State. The state executives, they got incentives from him after his first tenure, and he built house for so many of them. The ward chairman, he gave them incentives, both ward schools. That is what they are supposed to do, to empower them. But as it stands now, those kind of things is no more existing because of what? So many crises in the party. But I thank God that the National Working Committee has come to understand that two good heads is better than one, and any house that is not that doesn't have a good foundation does not stand the test of time. So they need to build the foundation now against 2027, because I know too well that if my party takes over this country, we're going to do better than what is happening now.
All right, Honorable
So,
Church.
I welcome the idea, and I also applaud the National Working Committee for setting up the committee to look into the issues, and the PDP forum should always monitor the activities of what is happening, because whomever that doesn't want PDP to stand does not want Nigeria to stand. Thank you.
All right, George, what do you make of this story?
Well, you will agree with me that conflict is part of human nature. And that is the reason why there's always a reason to set up a kind of committee to look into this conflict with an aim to resolving those conflicts. So it's a good thing that the party at the national level have set up a committee to reconcile warring factions in the party, knowing that if the party continue to have these intractable disagreements, it will not make any headway. The reason why the PDP lost the last general election, presidential election, to Tinubu was because Atiku Abubakar failed to reconcile the differences within the party. You cannot, as a presidential candidate running for such an important election, and you have 5 members, 5 governors of your party in different regions of the country. You are not with them, they're having log ahead with you, and you expect to win. Everybody knows that every election is local. You cannot undermine or underestimate the importance and powers that the governors wield. We all know what election is in this country. Even when you want to do the normal dry vote, it is still people that will talk to those people that will vote. There are influential people in the party who, by way of giving out lagis here and there, will ensure that people vote. So when you disregard such people, just know that you're heading for the rocks. So it's a good thing that the party have come up to say, okay, we understand that there's cracks within our ranks. Therefore, this committee should go and mend fences. If you listen to what Oyinlola said there, when he was asked about who they are reconciling, he said anybody that has any problem with any other person were our targets. Of course, they knew that there are people having disagreement within the party. So the committee will reach out to those people with an aim to resolving what the issues are so that the party can stand as one. It's very critical, it's very important. But I know before this reconciliation will happen, there must be compromise. People must shift grounds. If you cannot to stand where you're standing, then we are not making headway. From both sides, people will have to shift ground so that a truce will be reached. At the end of the day, PDP will become a formidable party that will give the APC a run for their money in the next general election. All
right. On to politics. NDLEA raids senators' residence used for drug deals. The personal house of the senator in GRA, Ilorin, the capital of Kwara State, has been raided in the recent past, where drugs and illicit substances were recovered, while 2 of his aides, Ibrahim Mohammed and Muhammad Yahaya, were arrested. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has claimed it found hard drugs and other illicit substances when it raided the Ilorin home of the Kwara South Senator Oyelala Ashiru last February. NDLEA Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, disclosed this at a press briefing in Abuja on Monday. The agency was responding to Mr. Ashiru's claim that it was ineffective and had become compromised in his duty. The senator made the claim last week during the debate on the bill to establish the National Institute for Drug Awareness and Rehabilitation. Mr. Babafemi said the agency was compelled to call the press briefing today because of an unfortunate development earlier last week during the plenary in the Nigerian Senate when some uncomplimentary, unfounded, defamatory remarks were made against the agency. He said while NDLEA acknowledged the great work of the Senate towards uplifting Nigeria and Nigerians, especially its support for the ongoing concerted efforts towards amendments of the Act establishing it, the agency was duty-bound to respond to the unprovoked attack against it by Mr. Ashiru during his contribution to the debate on the new bill. The agency said the agency waited for a whole week, hoping the senator would clarify his position on such a weighty allegation against it, but that when he did not do so, it was left with no option but to set the record straight. Mr. Babafemi said, the personal house of the senator in GRA Ilorin, the capital of Kwara State, has been raided in the recent past, where drugs and illicit substances were recovered, while 2 of his aides were arrested. Based on credible intelligence and surveillance, which confirmed the senator's house was being used as a drug joint for drug dealers and users, the house was raided by our operatives at 1:30 p.m. on February 4, 2024, during which the 2 aides were arrested while a third suspect escaped arrest, Mr. Babafemi said. Mr. Babafemi said aside from raiding Mr. Ashiru's Ilorin residence, NDLEA personnel also received intelligence that some accomplices of the senator are dealing in illicit drugs in the Offa area, the senator's hometown. He noted that the agency raided the joints in the senator's hometown, and one of the accomplices, Oluwatoshin Odepitan, was arrested in connection with dealing in hard drugs. Let me start with you, George. Very serious situation here, and interestingly, this to get him released. He jumped bail and was in 2023, was later rearrested in 2024, charged to court, and he was prosecuted and convicted. And the NDLEA is saying that they believe that the outburst of the senator during plenary was as a result of the frustrations, that he has encountered in the hands of NDLEA. But that brings a lot to mind, and it begs a lot of questions.
Well, as much as I wouldn't want to absolve the senator Ashiru and his boys as being complicit of what they are being accused of, because I do not have the evidence. But again, I want to ask, is it that after few weeks after Senator Ashiru made statement concerning the NDLEA at the National Assembly?
That was last week.
Last week. After then, they raided his compound.
The raid was done before now.
No, they have had some challenges before now, but this particular raid that got 2 persons arrested and 1 person escaped happened after this man had made statement.
Yes.
Now you look at this is something that is happening between a strong individual and an agency of the government. You understand? Like I said, I would not want to absolve the senator and his boys of wrongdoing when it comes to illicit drugs, peddling drugs, sales, and abusing drugs. I don't know them that much, but I still want to understand that this is Nigeria. Maybe the agency is not happy with what the strong man of the Senate has said, which could affect them, and one way or the other is to rope them in. Yeah, this is possible. You cannot take it away.
So you're now coming up with a conspiracy theory that these drugs might be planted.
It is possible. It is possible. I'm not so. My position here now is simple. Let those who have been arrested taken to court. let the court, I've always seen them as the arbiter. There is a reason why the judiciary was made one of the arms of government, because they understand, the drafters of democracy knew that, like the Igbos will call it, Ndorondoro Chichi, power tussle, knew that people will always struggle, people always have conflict in the course of going for this power. Therefore, there should be an arbiter, an independent arbiter, who is non-partial, who will look at matter dispassionately and say, okay, this is the position of the law. So in this case, let the law take its course. Let them investigate the matter. Because this is like this team accusing the other person accusing them. We have found this evidence, this and that against you. Let the court look into the matter. But it's really an unfortunate situation that if a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, it still stands somehow, we use his abode, his house, not just that he abuses the drug inside privately. They use it as in they use the place, they sell the drug. People come into that compound to buy. People stay there to abuse the drug. I don't know how. I don't know if it goes well at all with me. I don't know. But final word on this is let the judiciary, the court, investigate the matter and give judgment without fear or favor.
All right. Honorable Churchill, what do you have to say to this story?
It is unbelievable. It is surprising.
Why do you say it's unbelievable?
It's unbelievable because I don't think this thing, the drug agency are telling the Nigerians after a senator presented a matter concerning the drug agency, the NDLA, in a plenary, and after that they raided his house. It is confusing.
They said they had raided the house prior to this last one. They had raided the house sometime in, I think, February this year.
And they kept it as a secret?
Now, I was coming to that. Why didn't they
blow it out?
Yes. Why didn't they let the public know that this is what is going on?
The question again is, how come this intelligence is coming just
now,
barely a week after?
Okay.
So,
if
you see, the reason why I say the wrong should not continue being wrong, like they shouldn't continue doing things wrongly and expect to get a better result. It's not possible. We Nigerians should try to do things right, at least for once. If you, as an agency, invade a senator, in short, a political office holder's house, and find out that they are using that place for an illegal drug business, it is right that you let the public know. Let them know the person they've elected. This will stop wrongdoing. But they kept it hidden. And they came back again because he spoke at the plenary. And they came to attack. That one is an attack. They came to attack him. And now they are telling us that they've done the raiding before. Why didn't we hear? Why wasn't it in public consumption? So what I am saying is, let the law take its course.
Now you are saying let the law take its course. Judge is saying let the law take its course.
Let the law take its course. If really it is true.
All right.
Because I know too well, Judge is saying that the judiciary is better, that yes, they are trusted. As I know, as well as I know too well, I know too well that the problem of Nigeria.
Please do not cast aspersion on the judiciary.
It's anchored on the judiciary. When I say it, I don't say
and not the politicians, which
you will say
the
that
politicians are not part of the problem. Hold on, Churchill.
That is what you will say.
No, hold on, Churchill. Hold on. Because, Churchill.
You know what I'm saying is...
No, hold on, Churchill. The judiciary is the problem, and apparently the politicians are the sense. And now we are dwelling, this story now has come to both of you, your doorsteps, because both of you are politicians. And this instance, you are saying that you're questioning the story because NDLEA, the first raid, when they discovered this, they didn't make it open.
Yes.
Judge is of the opinion that it could be possible that NDLEA could have actually been complicit in this, because why are they raiding the senator's house after the senator lashed out at them during plenary? And then And you're saying that this whole story, and George also said, why would a senator's house be used for such? That is unbelievable. And both of you are flabbergasted at the story. Have you forgotten so soon that some members of the National Assembly, political elites, have been fingered in line with insecurity and terrorism? George, are you aware of such accusations?
Yes.
Are you aware of such accusations in this Nigeria? And I mean, year after year, a particular person in National Assembly will be fingered. Some politicians, I mean, the top echelon of politicians or political class in Nigeria have been fingered over and over and over again.
Well, if you listen to
and
my
nothing
opening
has
statement
happened.
here, I said...
So why would you be surprised if this
listen
story
to my position.
comes
I
out?
said, because I am not aware, because I do not have all the facts before me, I cannot absolve the senator and those people working with him of being complicit of what the NDLA is accusing them of.
Right.
I cannot absolve them. However, it is unbelievable that such a high-profile man will use, because I know what, if it is about fingering you for terrorism or even money laundering, those ones I can easily agree to an extent. Even though we still want the law to take its course. But we are talking about...
A former governor has been accused of even housing terrorists in his house.
No, listen.
And the fact that ransoms that were being paid comes to him. I mean...
We are talking about the dangers of the drug usage. What NDLA has said here is that they are not just only abusing, that they are using that place for sales. What that means is that people trooping in and out to buy this drugs and stay there and even smoke. No, somehow it sounds somehow.
Now,
listen, like I said,
let's look at it from another perspective, George. Is it possible that having that level of position can give one the power and the coverage to do certain things, knowing that it can be raided because of his position?
I agree with you completely.
Because at that level, you should have some securities within you.
And some intelligence as well.
You should have some securities and some intelligence within you. But one thing is that, why I'm very, very surprised about this, is that a matter was handled in the plenary where he spoke against NDLA. So if there wasn't anything like this,
it will have continued to be covered.
Yes, it will. If there wasn't anything like it, will continue to be covered.
Probably covered because of the high-profile person involved.
That also shows the complicity of the NDLA. They are not even serving the Nigerian people.
They are not serving us.
So what I'm saying here is that I cannot absolve the senator and his team of being complicit. I will keep repeating it. I cannot absolve them because I do not have all the facts. That is why I said the law should take it. Let them investigate the matter. If there is only evidence to show. But if there is evidence, because it is, see, if NDLA did not plan that, did not plan those drugs there, if actually that place is a drug den where people have been coming in and out to buy, even the neighbors, the residents, we know. We know how drug barracks are. We know how the people that comes there. So people will know. Let them carry out investigation.
When you say people will know, that still brings another thing, because let's even look at these communities where terrorism and insecurity is rife. The people in the community know their sons who are perpetrating those crimes.
Yes.
But they will not open up. They will not give information to the government or security agencies because they are scared that when they become whistleblowers, their lives are being compromised. There is no guarantee that the security agencies will protect them. There is no guarantee. So they would not want to. Why would you be the scapegoat? Yes. You see the mentality. So when you say probably this senator, the people around him, people living around him, that community, because I mean information, definitely it will spread. They should know. Having knowledge of that, does that translate to giving information to security agencies, knowing that your cover might be blown and you put yourself in the line of danger, and your family as well?
We all know that the security agencies, the police, the army sometimes give out some kind of, how do I call it?
Incentives.
Yeah, just, for people to come forward to give information. sorry to say, when Don Wane was killed here, people gave information
about Don Wane.
Those people ordinarily would not come out to do that for fear of their life. But when there was some kind of ransom on his head, people gave information and collected that money. So if the security agencies want to work to unravel what we are talking about here, it will not take anything for people around the area to come out and say. You cannot tell me that everybody in that area is aligning with the senator to say, okay, let's save our senators. There must be opposition there who is armed with the information, and with this ransom will not even waste a second to divulge, even come out publicly, even stand before, stay in a dock, assuming the matter is charged to court to testify and give evidence again. People will do it. People will do it. So what I'm saying in essence is this: I am not absolving anybody. I'm not equally, saying that the NDLEA planted it. All I'm saying is that the court know how to investigate this thing. The matter should go before the court and let the judge, look into the matter and give judgment based on what is right.
You recall that the NDLEA also said that one of his boys had been prosecuted and also convicted. And not just the Ilorin residents as well. They said that his hometown, the offer in his hometown, I hope I pronounced that correctly, that there has been raids and some other persons have been arrested as well. And they linked those people directly to the senator, saying that these people are the senator's boys.
My own is that, like George has said that judiciary, but I would still say that the problem of Nigeria is anchored more on that, on the judiciary. The judiciary should stand firm to give us good judgments and stop complicating others.
How are the judiciaries complicating others in this instance?
I know what I'm saying, and you are saying it's in the side of the politicians and this and that and that. But one thing is that if truly that the senator, such thing is happening in his residence, he's an accomplice. He's an accomplice. That means he should also be taken. So they should do their findings and do the right thing. So to stop these things happening, to stop continuity in the wrongdoings, that is all.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you so much, George, for coming on Open Conversation. It's always a pleasure having you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Wale, for coming. Interestingly, you and George, at the end of the day, spoke like politicians and agreed on one thing towards the end of the show. It's actually interesting and heartwarming.
George knows the truth. He knows the truth. He should tell Nigerians when you tell Nigerians they will accept it.
My dear, Nigeria is a country on the basis of rule of law. We have laws. We are not a banana republic. What you see as the truth is subjective. Another person may be saying it as wrongdoing.
That is the truth.
No, it is not. That is why I keep on saying that we have the judiciary. This matter is before them. Without fear or favor, they should dispel justice.
Right.
I've always said that because what you see as the truth, I may be seeing it as lie. So by the time both of us cannot to tussle about it, it becomes an issue. Let the independent arbiter look into the matter that you present to him, I present to him, and they look at the matter based on the law and give their judgment.
They should give the judgment based on the law.
Of course.
That will also help in straightening things in the state.
All right, gentlemen. All right, gentlemen. I will take this banter as your closing statement. Thank you for coming on Open Conversation. And this is where we wrap it up on this episode of Open Conversation. You can always connect to us and stay connected to all our ATN socials: Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network; Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1; and on Twitter, Atlantic TV Net. Watch us live on our website, www.atlanticnetwork.tv. Do not forget, peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching. I am Ogu Laurentia. Transition News comes up next. Do not go away.